It's fine.
Oh, fuck. Welcome to Nerd and the Noob, episode 33, Nerd Madness Final Four. Hello!
Hello again!
It's not again. They don't know it's again.
They have to. You're not. No.
No, it's not.
They
This
must
is
know.
not take two. Nobody knows this is take two.
Dude, this is again. They've seen us 32 times before. How do you miss that?
Well, okay. So, I am Michael. I'm your noob.
My name's Greg. I'm your nerd, and this is Nerd and the Noob
We said
podcast.
Okay. If this is your first time joining us, this is a live broadcast. And so, hello, chat. How are you tonight? That's fantastic. I forgot where my camera was because we moved it. Hello.
Hello. It's look at the light.
I see it. I see
Look
it
at
now.
it.
I see it.
It's not red.
It's not what?
It's not red.
It's a green light.
Does that mean go?
Would you shut up? Anyways, so if you're new to the show, it's just a nerdy podcast where we pretty much talk about whatever the hell we want to.
Because it's our show.
Yeah, it's mostly nerdy type stuff in general, but we occasionally break into other things.
Yes, like what? What do you make fun of me for?
What do I make fun of you for?
Cutting with a chance of meatballs.
Oh yeah, that one. That one's funny. But other than that, like I said, it is a live show, so you will hear us talk to the chat or giggle occasionally for no reason, and that's why. So, first thing up on the dock today is we would like you guys to
Stop the podcast and go to
Facebook.com/nerdandthenoob.
Facebook.com/nerdandthenoob. Right now, just pause it. Everything has a pause button. You can come back.
And here's what we want you to do. The next time you go see a movie, we want you to then take your thoughts, jumble them up, put them in a nice order, and then stick them down on paper, or in this case, digitally on a notepad.
Who uses paper? Stop killing trees.
And then put that on Nerd of the Noob Facebook page as a movie review, so that we can kind of start our own review section. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn into a blog page as well.
Or possibly a website if we stop being broke.
Or you can review comics, new comics, old comics. You can review video games. Really, I mean, you can review that guy down the street with the funny hairdo, but that one might not get as many, views as we'd like. So,
yes.
Just saying.
Although he probably has a superhero shirt on.
Whatever.
Speaking of the dude down the street, just wanted to put this out there. I need to commission a shirt or a jacket for when I'm walking or running that says, "I'm not homeless, I'm exercising." Because I keep getting stopped. And they keep going, "Excuse me, son, do you want to ride?" And I keep going, "No, thank you, I'm fat and walking."
Oh, wait, it probably sounds more like this. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, you're one to talk, mister. I can't breathe. Light a cigarette.
I haven't smoked in over a year.
Ooh.
Speaking of that, we walked today. We walked from here, kind of convoluted through the neighborhood, down to Burger Republic. Got a milkshake. Probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
But it tasted good. It was peanut butter and jelly milkshake. So good.
Alright, I'll take your word for it.
And then we walked back, and by the time we got back, we were both going, ugh, too much milkshake. Ugh, it's so bad. So, yeah. And, yeah, it was fun.
Was it fun?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. We're going to try, air quotes, giant air quotes, we're going to try to do that more often.
I'm not actually checking my phone. I'm setting a timer because we're not doing things normally today. So I just want to make sure we don't go forever in a day.
Fair enough. So, we're going to start up on the first story. The first segment is called The Long Box. If you're new to the show, The Long Box is pretty simple. It's
Let me do it.
It is the section of the show where we do 2, 3, maybe 4 stories, and we try and talk about them in length. So, The Long Box, which is kind of actually awkward now that I think about it. The long box has the shortest amount of stories. The short box has the longest amount of stories.
Yes, but it's the content within the box.
I know, we went backwards.
It's like the long box. Our stories are trade paperbacks.
Okay.
Or really good IDW hardcovers. Those are really long.
Okay. Now, what am I looking at here? This one says,
Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 2-3 details.
Possible movie schedule for Phase 3. This is from an article from comicbookmovie.com. And it says, should the Avengers assemble again in Phase 3? Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't officially begin until May 3rd's Iron Man 3, but let's analyze how much we know about Marvel's Phase 3. Is there room for Black Panther?
I think so.
It says, at this point, it's no secret how Marvel Studios operates. Their plan is to have a giant ad pop up in my face. Okay, let's try that again.
That was seamless. That was fantastic.
Their plan is to have a set number of films centered around specific individual superheroes and to collect said superheroes for a team-up adventure in an Avengers film. When I point, you continue to read.
What?
You weren't paying attention.
Nope.
Read.
They organize these plans by phases, and when Iron Man 3 premieres on May 3rd, Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe will have officially begun. Dum, dum, dum. Phase 2
Wait, how many movies are coming out in Phase 2
I bet it's going to tell us.
Okay, go ahead.
Phase 2 ends in 2015 with Avengers 2, but that same year, Phase 3 kicks off with Edgar Wright's Ant-Man.
So it says.
Or so it says.
Apparently we're getting Ant-Man. At that time, we'll be 7 years deep into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it might be time for the film studio to tinker with their formula for standalone and team-up films. Nice.
Oh, lists.
Wow, what is this?
Oh,
cool.
Okay, that's Phase 3.
Oh, this is a theorize. Okay, I like this. By the time Phase 3 starts, expect the current incarnation of the Marvel formula to be practiced by other film studios.
Star Wars.
DC, if they can ever pull it off. Marvel has simply been too fiscally prosperous for other studios like Sony, Fox, and Warner Brothers, or anybody else in the world
to not follow suit.
Starting at the beginning in Phase 1, blah, blah, blah. We know about all that.
Phase 1 was Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor, and Captain America.
Phase 2 is Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Guardian of the Galaxies, before another group outing in the Avengers 2. If you're keeping count, that's 5 standalone films in Phase 1 and 4 standalone films in Phase 2.
With Ant-Man already securing one of the Phase 3 slots and Doctor Strange strongly rumored to have another. Go ahead.
How many? What? Sorry.
Doctor Strange. There you go. How many other films should Marvel include in the third era of the MCU before bringing our heroes together?
Honestly, okay, so we're going to stop talking about it for a minute. Okay, so that's an honest question. It says, how many other films should they bring? Okay.
Into the third era. So you've got 5 in one and you've got 4 in the other before a bookend film.
Here's the problem. What date did they say? They said Phase 2 ends in 2015. That's
but another, is immediately followed by Phase 3.
Right, but that's another 2 years to end Phase 2.
Yes.
So that means that if they did an Avengers 3,
I think Phase
you're
3,
looking at that one
2017.
No, I don't even know.
2017.
Still, but think about it. These actors and actresses can't play these characters for that long. I mean, it's not a show. It's not a TV
That's why
show.
Okay, when they were making Phase 1, it was more spread out because they were trying to gauge the public opinion.
Okay.
It's not going to be for Phase 3. It's going to be a back-to-back thing because these guys are under contract for these movies. Robert Downey Jr., there will probably not be another Iron Man movie, and the chances of him flying off into space in Avengers 2 are great.
Okay.
So that part is probably, which means
I think
you're losing a character.
I think we lose Thor. Also,
no, Thor gets a third one.
I don't think Thor gets a third one.
Thor and Cap get a third one.
Because I know Ant-Man is big in the Avengers. He's going to replace Stark
as the smart guy.
All
right.
Hulk sticks around because that one's not a hard one to do.
Okay.
Because honestly, they don't have to spend as long filming the Mark Ruffalo stuff, and the rest of it's just CG work.
Right.
So. And then you've got you could do maybe one Shield movie. But I don't think Thor gets another movie. I don't think Iron Man gets another movie.
No, Iron Man definitely not.
Iron Man, I don't think gets another one.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is done after Avengers 2. Like, he flies off into space to do something having to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. I don't know. I think
the current track, I agree. I think there's a chance for a Hawkeye movie. Like a down-to-earth, grittier, like Daredevil style.
Oh, don't say that.
I like the movie.
Bad movie.
I said Daredevil style.
Do you think Cap gets a third movie?
I wholeheartedly believe Cap gets a third movie.
I think if any of them keeps... See, my problem is I know what...
I think Phase...
The guy who's been playing him, what's his name?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans has been saying that he's tired of working out every day for 17 hours a day to try and keep up that look.
Well, they just have to keep him in a suit for a while, you know?
So, that's where I think it would make sense to lose Iron Man and Thor. I think Thor gets called back to Asgard because of some giant emergency, yada yada. We don't see him again until maybe Avengers 3.
But you're chancing losing Loki, and by far, of all the characters, he's a top 2 favorite character of most people.
Yeah, well, they can make more favorite characters. I'm just saying, as far as the heroes go, I think they need to lose Thor and Iron Man. I think Cap sticks around. Maybe I would actually. I don't know. I think I could see losing the Cap movies and doing Hawkeye as kind of the center of the team,
the heart.
Okay. Because he's kind of the same role, just without the extra enhancements.
Okay.
So I can see that kind of going on there.
I just see the character being so as popular as he is right now. Cap is
right.
I think he'll do a third one. I think a cool end to Phase 3 though.
Okay.
Would be a Civil War style movie.
That's too big because Civil War had like Spider-Man.
No, it would be some type of Avengers title that would bleed into the Civil War.
And there goes another ad. Stupid ads, go away.
Okay, well, would you be mad if some of these phases, like maybe Phase 4, would you be mad if it started including the Ultimate Verse?
Well, see, here's my thing with this kind of running stuff. I think if you do a lot of movies, it becomes stale.
I like this list of characters. They've got a list of characters here. Black Panther, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Miss Marvel. These are good characters.
Where are you looking at this?
Bottom of there, right there.
Here's my thing.
But do you think...
I got no problems with continuing having Marvel movies.
Okay.
What I have a problem with is having the current ones keep going. I think...
Well,
I think Nolan did it good with DC with Batman. You've got a 3 and done. Just 3 and done.
Which again, that's how Tony's going to be. His third movie... I mean, he'll be in 5 total.
Right.
2 Avengers movies and 3 Iron Man movies. But he'll be done. They will figure out a way for Iron Man to be gone. If anything else...
Like I said, I think Ant-Man comes in and takes that place. I think what happens at the end is... in the end of Iron Man 3... or the beginning of Avengers 2...
Mm-hmm.
is Tony somehow or another leaves the tower. It becomes that Avengers Tower that you see
in
the movies and all that kind of stuff. It becomes that, and then he's gone. For whatever reason, they write him out, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Then I think who is Ant-Man? What's his name? I can't think of what his name is.
Hank Pym?
Yeah, I think Hank Pym takes over as...
See, now bringing Hank Pym in, though, creates a whole nother character to bring in. It creates the opportunity to bring the Wasp in.
Yeah, but those two kind of go hand in hand.
The Ultimate Verse, he's a wife beater, and they get divorced, and she ends up with Cap for a while.
Yeah,
he also becomes president.
Yeah, we're not going to deal with that.
Captain Steve Rogers.
I'm not thinking. We're not going towards that.
Oh, I think an Ultimate Verse would be.
No, I think if you're going to do that, they just might as well make those animated because that gets a little too apocalyptic, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Age of Apocalypse, what?
No, just shut up. Anyways, so that's where I think what needs to happen in phase. What are we coming up into? Phase 2?
We're starting Phase 2 this year.
Okay, so we've got Phase 2 is set with the same characters we've seen for the last 6 years?
4
years? Whatever. I think Phase 3 needs to be these new characters. And here's some of the ones they've got. They've got Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, you've got
I think
Black
Cap and
Panther
Thor
maybe.
end up with their third movie.
I just don't know.
And I think by Phase 3, Hulk gets a movie. I don't know by what. I don't know what kind of movie. It's already been said that there's just not enough Mark Ruffalo in it for them to do something like World War Hulk or Planet Hulk.
What if they had him working for S.H.I.E.L.D. like they have been doing
in
in a lot of the comics? He could be the science brain.
You'd have to come up with a story though, and I don't know if because right now Marvel is the.
What if you replaced Tony with Ruffalo
as the smart guy?
Yeah,
I mean he's already there.
Because eventually, in all the comics,
Tony's still smarter.
In all the comics, eventually, Bruce Banner. I did have a small stroke there for a second. Eventually, Bruce Banner gains some sort of control over Hulk. So that would actually make a pretty good storyline.
You get Smart Hulk later on, but he's also extremely powered down.
He's still Hulk.
Still powered down. Hulk not strongest.
Hulk not strongest. Really? We're going with that. Hulk not... Okay, so... here's what Phase 2 is already laid out. You got Thor 2, Iron Man 3... Avengers 2.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
Cap
2. God, less than kill me. And Guardians. So we've already got that laid out.
I saw some like art for Cap 2. Mm-hmm. It featured Winter Soldier, which the new version of him has like this metal. I don't know if his arm is metal or if it's like armor. But it shows him fighting Cap and like punching this shield. So cool. Oh, I just had a thought. What if bringing Ant-Man in...
Okay.
That opens up a door to bring in Ultron.
Oh,
Ultron kills these guys every now and again. It's not in continuity.
We're not going to have that discussion because if Cap dies again but doesn't die...
No. I think they could use it as a scapegoat, though. To kill off characters that they don't want to do movies for anymore.
But Thor never actually gets killed, though. I think he ends up back in Asgard.
Yeah.
That one always confused me during the Ultron stuff. Is where is Thor? Like he just goes, no, I'm done.
I just thought about that though. A good bad guy to continue on for 3, I think, is going to end up being Ultron. I just thought about that because Ant-Man builds him.
Okay.
And then he kind of evolves himself.
Right. Yeah. I know the
until
basic
he becomes
backstory.
Ultron, red face and mouth thingy.
I think Phase 3 needs to focus more on a
Phase
different
5 will
set.
be the children of the superhero.
I think the Phase 3 needs to focus more on a different set. Your Ant-Man, your Doctor Strange, your Black Panther. I would like to see Black Panther if done right because I did not like the comic we read at all. Like wasn't that the one we didn't review
the
because it was so bad?
No, we didn't review New Avengers.
Okay, yeah.
Young Avengers. Okay, we need to move on.
So bad. Anyways, so wow, this is a giant article. So we've got a list here. This is Phase 2. From it, is any of this Phase 3? What is that noise?
That would appear to be Namor, Daredevil. Scroll back up. I want to see the picture.
Oh, Wolverine.
No, that's Iron Fist. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know who the girl is, and that's Black Panther.
Doctor Strange.
And that's Doctor Strange. Show the picture. See what they think.
Oh, you know how much of a pain it is to do that, guys. If you are live here, then
check the link.
Check the link below. There's some cool pictures on here. We want to hear your thoughts. Like, give us, we want to hear. Just start a conversation. Let us know what you think. We want to hear what you think about Phase 2 coming up. What Phase 3 should involve.
Bad guys. I'm sorry. Bad guys are more important than the heroes. Because if you have a shitty bad guy, then it doesn't work. Right. They're not heroing for anything.
Well, see, here's the problem, though. With, the Avengers, you almost have to have a world-ending bad guy. You can't just have
Ultron is a world-ending bad guy.
Yes. It is. In
several incarnations.
So, that being said, we do need to move on from this story. This was a very good story. This is lengthy. This is on comicbookmovie.com again. And it's very, very good. Very good story.
We added a lot to it. I'd like to take some credit for that.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff on here. Anyways, so we're going to move on to
the next topic.
This next topic on here.
Christopher Nolan it has been announced that he is not in charge of the DC movies, but Man of Steel could still be used to open more doors for other superhero franchises.
Is it just me, or does that man have a rocking set of abs?
I bet that's the suit.
It's gotta be, because those look totally fake. I mean, I could have abs like that. Well, no, I couldn't.
No, you could. No.
Anyways, when Man of Steel hits theaters on June 14th, it won't just mark the arrival. It won't just mark the arrival of a new Superman. It will also lay the groundwork for future slate of films based on DC Comics.
You want me to start?
Go for it.
That's what I thought. Jeff Robinoff, president of Warner Brothers Pictures Group, spoke to EW Entertainment Weekly for this week's cover story on the Zack Snyder directed, Christopher Nolan produced movie, and allowed a peek over the wall of secrecy surrounding their comic plans. It's setting the tone for what the movies are going to be like going forward. I can't read.
No, you
Special
can't.
School.
Will Man of Steel include references to other DC heroes headed to the big screen as Marvel did with its pre-Avengers series of flicks? I think you'll see that going forward, anything can live in this world, he said. Nolan's Batman was deliberately and smartly positioned as a standalone. Mm-hmm. The world they lived in was very isolated without any knowledge of other superheroes. What Zach and Chris have done with this film is allow you to really introduce other characters into the same world. Magnificent. Would it be not awesome to go sit down at the theaters and see a secret? I mean, honestly, how awesome would it be just to have like a Wonder Woman show up just in a cameo in this movie?
It won't be Wonder Woman though, because they can't do it. They haven't figured out how to bring her in yet.
Who do you think?
Unless you bring in someone that's Diana Prince.
Who do you think is going to cameo? They've screwed up Green Lantern. Flash would be a good cameo.
Flash would be super easy because all you would need is someone to blur past. No, seriously. Like at one point, he's flying across the screen or whatever, inner monologuing, and all of a sudden, someone passes him.
Right.
And then he goes, "The fuck?"
That is cool. It says, let's see. Go ahead. You can read.
We may not have to wait very long for more news. We'll announce, quote, "We'll announce something in the next several weeks that will hopefully position the DC characters and the movies we're going to be making."
So count on Man of Steel to at least hint at other potential heroes, but it may not overtly introduce other characters. In Batman Begins, we didn't see the Joker, but we saw one of his calling cards. Expect something like that in Superman movie. Well, what calling card would you have? Like him flying, like they're saying in the chat here, like mentioning the cities, like Central City? Or, God, it would just be awesome if Nightwing showed up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm addicted.
We'd like to announce now that it has been...
Jesus.
It has been rumored that Joseph Gordon-Levitt will be in this movie as everyone.
As everyone.
As Wonder Woman.
When asked if the Dark Knight trilogy of film stands entirely alone, Robinoff said they do, or they did, with a change of tense that should rouse the attention of fanboys everywhere.
Don't prey on the fanboys!
Where we go in the future is a whole other conversation. Damn it! Ah! I always did like Batman for that, though. That was the one thing that always bugs me.
Hang on, wait. Okay.
That's one of the things with comics that bugs me. 90% of Marvel's comic heroes are based in freaking New York City. How is that city how does that city ever have a bad guy in it? I mean, honestly, what do you got? You got Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, I can think of...
Spider-Man deals with his own local area. Daredevil deals with Hell's Kitchen. Fantastic Four are always in fucking space with the negative zone.
Okay.
The X-Men deal with like Manchester and Upper New York.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Tony who flies everywhere.
Again, how is there any bad guys in it? You've essentially covered New York. I mean...
You must think Texas has got to be pissed, though.
Who goes to Texas?
Jonah Hex.
Oh man, they're screwed.
That's DC.
But you go with DC and you've got Gotham City. That's why I always liked it when the comics made their own cities.
True.
Because
although they're using real cities now too.
Well, yeah,
they mix it.
I'm saying though. I mean, for the most part, you've got what Metropolis, which is a real city. I think now. I don't think it was
Not
at the time of the creation.
like it though.
No. You got Central City. You've got
Coast City.
You've got Gotham City. I mean, they made their own cities.
The Mascara.
Yeah,
I want to go there. Can we go there?
No, we can't go there. So, but it helps keep that. This is their world. I mean, this is where it is now. Obviously, when Justice League comes in and you kind of throw these cities in, that's one thing I do like too. Is even with Justice League, you toss these cities in somewhere in America, and Batman has to go take care of something in Gotham. I like that because there's no other heroes in Gotham unless you count Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I mean, Nightwing. I mean, Robin. You get where I'm going with
Batgirl.
So that was one of the things that always bugged me.
And Azrael.
Who?
Never mind.
That was one of the things that always bugged me, is the fact that I think that's the one thing that DC has always done better, is DC created their own standalones better. It was more believable. Mm-hmm. When I read Marvel and I hear, oh my God, this building is getting knocked over, my first thought is, where the hell is the Fantastic Four? Where's Iron Man? If there's a building getting knocked over in New York City.
New York City?
Somebody else is going to show up besides Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I love Spider-Man.
No, because you only get one.
So you get where I'm going. I like DC for that fact, because they can make a separation. I mean, if Marvel had been more smart about it, then it would have been fine. They should have
chosen. Marvel sells because it's based in reality. Well, listen. When Stan Lee and the guys created Marvel, they had to talk about it. I've heard all these interviews before. I'm gonna listen to the book on my way home tonight. Okay. They discussed it. They were like, "Do we give?" Because Batman and Superman were around 20 years before this. Right. So they discussed it. They were, do we give them their own cities? And he said, no, I want these characters to be relatable. I want them to be street level and gritty. I got that. So they based them in New York.
But why did 70% of them have to be in New York?
Because that's where Marvel is. That's what they know. Most of the artists do that.
L.A.
So nobody lives
Miami.
in L.A. At the time, nobody lived in L.A. that did anything creative.
Hell, they took one Spider-Man and sent him to Dallas, right? Like, yes. I mean,
that was recent, though. That was really recent.
Why could they not do that? I mean, it's... have them overseas. I don't give a shit. Just why there cannot.
Captain America was overseas.
I'm sorry. If
Captain America protected everybody.
If you're trying to make them relatable, how the hell can you have 17 different superheroes in one city and somehow that place is always under attack? Like it
all right. Well, think about Think about the bad guy to good guy ratio, though. Think about it, though. I mean, to be honest.
Are we having this argument?
Think about it. There are for every good guy, there are 5 people that hate them.
Sorry, let's just say, bring Marvel to Nashville. Lieutenant Country Star. Go ahead. Sorry.
For every good guy, there's 5 people that hate him.
Right.
So you think the X-Men, at any one point in time, there's at a maximum 5 or 6 that are involved in the story.
Okay.
And the rest are off doing something. Intergalactic, interdimensional, or too young to fight.
Still. How does that state not just implode? Because you got...
My question is, how is it so hard for the Sentinels to find mutants?
Or, better yet, how is there not radiation everywhere? You got Reed Richards and Tony Stark doing all of this stuff all over the place. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
So, on the Superman thing.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Because we changed it. It was mentioned this week that Kryptonite is not involved in the new movie. It is not a big player.
Good.
I have already decided how it needs to be brought in the DCU universe, in the DC cinematic universe.
Okay.
I've decided this. You will all enjoy this. Go with me on a journey.
Go with you on a journey. Got it.
The Justice League movie actually happened. Can I make some noise?
Yep, let me make a little noise. Hang on.
You're going to eat seeds in the middle of the show.
I am. I feel like I want a cigarette, so go ahead.
Justice League movie actually happening. The first time... Shut up.
Really?
Shut up.
How many years?
Shut up.
How many years?
The first time Superman meets Batman.
Okay.
He doesn't know that Batman is a hero. He knows Batman as a vigilante. He comes in, thinks he's doing something bad, so he comes in to stop him. Follow me on this. They go to fight. Just before Superman hits Batman, Batman pops out. Kryptonite ring. Superman drops.
What is he, Green Lantern?
Shut up.
Okay.
Superman hits the ground, very confused, because at this point, he has not seen the kryptonite. Correct? And then, in all Batman fashion, Batman says, "I just wanted to let you know I can take you down. Peace out, homie," and then he leaves.
You know that movie's never gonna happen, right? Not a chance in hell. Because first off, that's one thing I like about DC. I don't even think Superman knows Gotham City exists.
I could totally write Justice League.
So, no?
Yes.
That first off, he has a green ring?
Yeah, he makes
it into... Is he Green Lantern?
No, he makes it into a ring.
Why?
Even in the comic books he does.
Why?
So he can punch him.
Why not just shoot him or something?
Because that takes more time.
To make a bullet versus a ring?
Yeah. Chop, ring, ah.
Okay. I'm not giving you this. I'm just stopping this argument. Because... No.
I'm sorry. It sounds like a really good idea in my head.
Back to the original story. When, let's see, however, Robinoff was unequivocal when asked if the rumor is true that Nolan will produce the Justice League movie and bring Christian Bale back with him. No, it's not. Nolan reps have previously declined to comment on the rumor, also confirmed Robinoff's statement and told Entertainment Weekly that he definitely wasn't involved with Justice League. Nolan is currently busy prepping his sci-fi film Interstellar.
I'm going to skip down a little bit. Might we get, another person in the bat suit? Sorry to be vague, but we're avoiding spoilers for the sake of ultra latecomers. That's their quote. There's certainly the possibility.
You mean Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see here. I got nothing else.
Says, my prediction is that the studio will simply reboot Batman, creating another lucrative series that happens to be connected to Man of Steel and the other movies, while the Dark Knight trilogy will continue to stand alone in its own self-contained universe, forever preserving Nolan's interpretation while clearing the way for a new one to come along.
This brings a thought, though, because it is said that Superman Man of Steel is going to be a little bit grittier, darker.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to end up like a tale of two sides to the coin? Marvel is, the comedy one, the funnier one, but, it's more lighthearted.
Right.
Whereas both Batman and now, as it's been said, Superman are both a little grittier and darker.
God, I hope so.
You think it's going to end up like that?
If it's got the feel of Nolan, that darkness.
Like, instead of everybody being kind of funny, Flash is the only one that's funny. Even Green Lantern has been known to be serious.
If it's Jon Stewart. He bores me to death. I did hear on another podcast they're thinking about killing him.
Yeah, they declined.
Oh, damn it. He's like the one I don't like. He's too rigid. Jon Stewart. I don't know what I'm doing.
They're going to call you for that voice work, man.
Last sentence in this article is, personally, I'd like to see them get Wonder Woman right. She's long overdue.
So real quick, we'll take a second to watch the chat. See, you should really watch the chat. Who do you guys think should be the teaser? Whether it be an end of the movie teaser or a during the movie teaser. Who do you want to see? And we're going to skip Batman and Wonder Woman. The Trinity. We got a couple Flash.
I wouldn't mind seeing maybe Martian Manhunter. That would be a kind of a neat one.
I think it'd be cool. I think he shows up in like a Justice League movie and like does the transform into whatever he's going to look like.
Okay.
If he shows up at all. Aquaman, you laugh, Pool Shark, but Aquaman's kind of a BA right now. Bradley Cooper walks in as the Flash and he goes...
Or Joseph Gordon-Levitt walks in as Nightwing.
I just don't...
I could see that, actually.
Lobo would be fantastic in another
I could see Nightwing coming to Metropolis like just at the end of the movie, all torn to shreds. I mean, his suit's just falling off, and he looks at Superman and he goes,
I need help.
I need help. And then the movie ends. I would scream at it. I'd be like, I do! I mean, I would scream.
Aquaman would be cool. It's a shame the CW pilot never went anywhere. I agree, and I've never seen anybody that's ever seen that.
I never watched it.
It was on one of the animated videos. They had the
pilot
pilot for
okay.
Aquaman on there. It was the guy who played Green Arrow in Smallville. Really good, actually.
Yeah.
Ving Rhames was in it, I think. It was really good. I agree. I think Aquaman, if they joke about him, and I don't mean like, if you take him too seriously, I think if they come in and someone actually, they did it well in the comic book. Early on in the comic book, he goes to a fish and chip place and orders, and someone turns around, are you allowed to eat that? I mean, if they make a joke about it, I think he works out. I think Aquaman ends up in the universe. If anything else, just to piss off the fans and prove them wrong. It's never been done.
If they're gonna do Aquaman, I want to see the one that's missing like one of his arms. He's got that cap on the end of it, and he's just like
fix the seeds. That's
and he's just like all kinds of screwed up.
I think
the Nightwing thing could work because think about it. If you want to tie in the universe, but you got Batman is dead.
Yeah.
Okay, Batman's dead. So Nightwing or Joseph Gordon-Levitt has taken over protecting Gotham. He has no idea what he's doing. I read it in an article. Somebody was like, think about it. The guy is just a cop. He doesn't have, the training, the League of Shadows training. I mean, all he's got is the cave. And
I totally think
that's it.
I totally think Bruce has something set up on the computer that when he first accesses them, starts giving him training archives and stuff.
I think it would be awesome if it was just at the end of the movie, he comes in, he goes, I need help. And that's it. The movie ends. I scream at the theater if that happens. I would be so pissed, but it's awesome.
I think I agree with the group for the most part. I think it ends up being Flash simply because the Flash, even in their comic books, like Wally West Flash is the one that's most wanted right now.
Right.
The Flash
which one is that? Is that the Kid Flash? The first Kid Flash?
Wally, yes.
And then he turned into Flash when Barry... Not Barry.
Yes, when Barry died.
Barry died, okay.
So...
I was just reading up on that.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out...
Don't try.
Who was who, because I know there was a Flash, Barry Allen. And then Wally West was Kid Flash, but then took over. But then you had...
Bart, who came in
Bart Allen, who came in as Impulse, who became Kid Flash.
Who became Flash.
That one screwed my head up. I was reading on Wiki the other day going... What? You should have seen how many tabs I had open.
I think The Flash, for me, becomes a good movie because it gives you that opportunity to bring in the family dynamic. Bring in multiple Flashes. Which is something I wish they would do with a Batman franchise correctly. Bring in a Batman with a Robin and a Nightwing and... hell, I'd watch a movie with 4 of them. Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl.
You can't have Batman. Not for 5 years, at least. Les says, a new Green Lantern comes down to Metropolis and says to Superman, Darkseid is coming to get your best warriors from Earth. That could work, too. I like that one. Actually, in a new Green Lantern,
I have a message from Oa.
They could do the artist one.
Kyle.
I love that guy. He's just awesome looking. I don't know why. I've never read any of his stuff, but he's so cool looking. So
you're saying he would come in, I have a message from Oa.
Yeah. Oh, that could work too. Okay, so we need a Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Really? You're not going to get him. He's not going to be back in the series.
He's going to be Nightwing. Shut up. Kiss my ass. Or you're going to have whoever plays...
Kyle
Rayner. I cannot remember his name. And that way it kind of clears up the whole Green Lantern reboot. You don't even have to worry about it. You can look. For all I care, they can even look and go, "Where's Hal? He's in space." And you're done. That's the whole Green Lantern reboot.
You know what that is? I like that though.
It's like you don't even need to explain it.
They go, "You're not Green Lantern. The other guy got reassigned."
That's all you need. You don't have to reboot Green Lantern because as bad as that movie was graphically, I thought the human portions of that movie were good. The graphics, bad. As bad as that was,
I hated the suit.
People still know how Green Lantern started now.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need it anymore. Ta-da. I could totally save DC. So.
Really? We can't go with my story, but no, screw it.
Your story is too damn convoluted.
It is not convoluted.
All right. We got another article here that pretty much says the same things we're just talking about.
It is exactly
the same thing, just a shorter version. That is an awesome picture. Superman's in cuffs with a lens flare.
Wait, that's Zack Snyder.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this Superman. Like I'm the more and more we see about it, the darker it feels.
On topic of looking forward to stuff,
right?
In the theater today, I finally got to see. First of all, I saw G.I. Joe. Laughed the whole time. Want to point something out for those who've seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
Can I? Do you care?
Hang on. Spoilers!
We did 4 last week.
Spoilers!
They put Storm Shadow in
Is he the white or the black?
White.
Okay.
They put him in this tank that
was the bad guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Immobilizes him. He cannot move.
Okay.
He breaks out. Like, they put him in this suit thing.
Okay.
He breaks out of it.
Okay.
Still has ninja stars on him. Do you not think they would have searched? I mean, really. Just tangent. I had to tangent for a minute. I saw it and I'm going, really? Where did they not go, hey, get the ninja. I bet he's got stars. Who did not see this guy throw? By the way,
I would not want to be.
Where does he keep him?
I would not want to be that new guy who goes, I totally didn't pat there.
I mean, seriously, how big are the pockets in his sleeves for him to be able to do this all the damn time? And then like, I mean, seriously. I love the
If
movie.
you want to get into how big are his pockets, let's go into the Batman utility belt and how he always seems to have everything he needs.
He plans ahead of time.
For every possibility. He has...
I have a question.
What?
Real quick. Somebody look it up. Did Joseph Gordon-Levitt reprise his role as Cobra Commander?
Oh, I have no idea. We can Google that, though.
No, we need to move into the story. Somebody can just answer it for me.
G.I. Joe 2. Wiki. Where's the wiki? Or IMDb. That'll work. Let's go. Go. Let's see.
Have it be that Hal was promoted to the frontier for the
Cobra
G.I.
Commander was Luke Bracey.
Okay.
Was he Cobra Commander?
No.
No, who was he? He wasn't Cobra Commander.
Was he not?
No, he was
his brother. He was the brother, which
was
turned
he Cobra
into
Commander? Okay.
Cobra Commander.
Let's hit Cobra Commander. Let's see what it says. Cobra Commander. Does not say.
Adam de Cobray. But okay. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so we're gonna move on.
We're moving on to the next story.
Move on? Okay.
That was a tangent.
Yeah,
but
we're horrible
Oh,
at
speaking
tangents
of
today.
the original tangent was, I'm still not excited about Wolverine.
Oh yeah,
The trailer is
I did
not
like
doing
the
it
trailer.
for me. Not at all.
Even like everybody's freaking out over like the Jean Grey thing at the end. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
The whole movie's got to be good for that to even matter.
I think what they're trying to do is tie that universe back into
X-Men.
the X-Men universe because it was just totally a different thing. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I need to worry about it. Here's a little small article we thought we'd talk about for a minute, and it says it's no secret that Marvel likes to ambush us with shocking post-credit scenes like Thanos' surprise appearance at the end of the Avengers. According to comic book movies, Iron Man 3 will be following suit. What reference could we be seeing in the movie? Could it be Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
Thor: The Dark World,
The Avengers 2,
or indeed Guardians of the Galaxy?
I have a strong feeling about those pesky Guardians. Tony Stark could be heading out into space to meet Groot, the giant tree man, Rocket Raccoon, the animal with a knack for explosive who can also blow you away with his sense of humor,
Gamora, the adopted daughter of Thanos, who now wants to destroy him, and the rest of their gang. Or perhaps several of the Guardians visit the armored Avenger of Earth. That was the end of the sentence. I need to learn to read.
The fact that Iron Man joined the team in the new Guardians comic certainly supports this theory too. However, Ant-Man director Edgar Wright is being all kinds of shady about things and has just revealed on Twitter he'll direct one shot in a summer movie. Here's the evidence. And he got some tweets from Edgar Wright saying, aside from The World's End, I directed one shot in another summer movie, but which? I probably will not tell. And the other one says, does that mean that we'll be seeing the recently unveiled Ant-Man? We certainly hope it's that way. Is
Wright just messing with us? Who knows? I'm getting some shawarma. Speaking of shawarma, we have a friend who lives about a half hour from New York State, and he is going to go and get shawarma.
We read it up. It looks disgusting.
Really? I still want to try it.
It's like 3 different meats on a spit hung
What's
upside.
wrong with that?
It sounds disgusting.
I want shawarma. How did we take shawarma out of this?
It just sounds horrible.
Wait, what's that?
I don't know, but this is a
Click
cool
it.
looking... Which one?
Click the middle.
That one?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Is Sons of Anarchy star Charlie Hunnam up for The Flash? I totally clicked the wrong button. Is that Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Sweet. The Super Scoopers over it. This is one that's not
Chud.
in there. Chud.com are claiming that Warner Brothers is lining up Sons of Anarchy star Charlie Hunnam
Click.
for the role of The Flash. We're going to see who this is. That does not bring up who I... What?
Oh, it linked to his name. Highlight his name. Copy his name. Now click his name again.
How many times do I have to click the guy's
Just
name?
go to IMDb. You've got to get it open over there. Just go bring it.
Give me a minute. Apparently, they're... Okay, let's just do this. Is that going to do it? No. Alright. So, we're trying to figure out who this Charlie Hunnam is. This show is totally off the rails today, but I hope all of you guys are enjoying it.
Will you forgive us?
If you're enjoying it, raise your hand. This guy looks weird.
Go to images. We just need to see.
He kind of looks like Heath Ledger a little. Wow, no he doesn't. That picture he did. That picture he doesn't. He looks weird. Who's he supposed to be? The Flash?
Barry? Really?
Okay.
Fair
enough.
We are. I mean,
all right. Well, we'll just put the link to this story. This is a bonus story in the long box that we just totally stumbled across. The loveliness of the internet. We should probably save this.
That's a no. He gives us this stuff from there all the time.
What? Moviepilot.com?
Yes.
Well, here. Control C. Let's go look at that one. Because that's a lot
Save that.
of stuff.
Find stuff from there.
Yeah, no shenanigans. Save. I'm saving that one. What are you talking about? Alright, so moving on. Actually, that, my friends, is the end of the long box.
Of the long box.
What's our timing? How are we doing on time?
We are running 43 minutes.
Jesus. Alright, so the next thing in the show is Comic of the Week. This is every week we go on, or we try to, go on comicology.com and we find something we want to read. And this is kind of in line with our nerd madness, so we'll get into that here in just a minute. Comic of the Week this week was Indestructible Hulk number 6.
Written by the incredible Mark Waid and drawn by legendary artist Walt Simonson.
I have to read more stuff he's done.
I have to admit, it grew on me.
The art, just from the beginning, I looked at it. It was just, I thought it was cool. It reminded me. What was the comparison I made? Like an old cartoon?
Like old cartooning.
Yeah, like old cartooning art instead of this new digital, all that stuff. It just looked good. Like there was a scene even where Bruce Banner was trying to talk to somebody. He goes, if we go this way, and then in the middle of it, he's like, wait, and he turns, and they show that animation. Essentially,
double take.
His head is facing 2 ways at once. Really, really good comic. Thought it was amazing.
It was based around the premise of Bruce Banner and his research team that S.H.I.E.L.D. has given him, going to Jotunheim.
Good job on that one.
Oh, yeah, well, to look for new minerals. And they end up meeting Thor.
Supposedly.
I think it's a fake Thor.
Okay.
Because it's old school Thor. Like, Bruce notices it. Like, it's retro Thor. He has no clue who Bruce is. And says it's been many, many moons since I have been to Midgard.
So we're thinking something screwed up here.
But, I mean, do you agree with me that Hulk in armor is weird?
It was. But I can kind of see it. If Bruce Banner as Hulk smarter is not as strong. Hulk in armor makes sense.
Hulk not strongest?
Hulk not strongest.
I mean, it was a decent story. It starts out with Bruce talking about some secret as to the reason he picked these associates.
Right.
Like, they all have a secret. No idea. Didn't recognize any of the names. I'll be interested to see that. Like, we'll come in back, a little ways down the road and see what happens.
Right.
Again, the art was different artists. It was good. It was really good. Did he do the cover?
I'd have to pull it back up. I don't know.
The cover on it was great. I didn't say did it. I think he did the cover.
I don't think it said. I would definitely, like, if I'm going to give this a rating, out of 5, I think this gets a 4 because I liked the story. I thought it moved well enough. The action in it was awesome.
The lettering for Thor when he was talking was really good. And he was humorous. Like, really funny. At one point, he just he told the frost giants not to hurt the Midgardians.
Right.
And they go to, and he throws his hammer and knocks one of their arms off. And he remember what did he say? Told you so.
Right. Let's see. Well, the artist was
It was Walt Simonson. I think he did the cover too.
Colorist was Andres Mosa. Letters
Chris Eliopoulos.
Chris Eliopoulos. I've heard that name a couple of times now.
He letters a lot of stuff. Not to mention he does a couple of his own books.
It does not show anything about who did the cover.
I think that's it. Go see if you go 2 pages over. Look at the similarity between that Hulk and the other one.
Yeah,
I think Walt did the whole thing.
Yep.
That's a really good, bright, really nice cover. Like, I'd love that just for the cover.
Yeah,
to be
definitely
honest.
a good. It was definitely a good book. I really, really enjoyed that. So
it's a good series. Like few we've read of it.
Yeah, we've read
really
a couple.
Decent.
If you guys are following along with us on our reads, then I would suggest this one. I would definitely say if you like Hulk, then you need to go give this one a look. It's was like a $2 comic or something like that, $3,
$3.99 probably.
I mean, it's Marvel. It's not that expensive to get one a week with us. It's you spend a couple of bucks a month. So
and we don't always get new ones. We get old ones sometimes. Leading out of the comic of the week, moving into Noob versus and the Nerd Madness. The Noob versus officially was Thor versus Hulk. In that voting, Thor won.
I stomped your ass.
Thor destroyed it. However, our Facebook only vote for our final 4 on the Nerd Madness.
Somehow Hulk
won.
So I guess we tied.
Yeah, I guess that's a split.
It's never happened.
So in the fights from last week, it was your winners were Yoda is going to go against Wolverine. Told you Wolverine would win. We split on that one.
Yeah, I said Yoda would
Yoda.
win, and you said Wolverine would win against I can't remember who it was.
And then this one was a surprise for me, and also very bad for him. Optimus Prime versus Hulk.
I'm thinking Optimus Prime ends up in a junkyard.
I think he does too. I think Hulk smash puny car.
Oh my god, Hulk smash puny car. So yeah, this is our new. This is our Nerd Madness Final 4. Be sure to go check it out on the Facebook page, facebook.com/nerdandthenoob, and go vote for Yoda or Wolverine and Optimus Prime or Hulk.
I'm thinking, unfortunately, Wolverine does not have the capacity for this. I think it ends up being Yoda and Hulk, and then I don't know how the hell that works.
I think it's simple. Yoda looks at Hulk and goes, "This is not the short green dude you're looking for."
No,
or he looks at him and goes, "Brother!"
Be calm.
They're both green dudes. Brother!
No, he looks at him and goes, 700 years look like this you will.
Nice. Alright, so we're going to move out into the short box. What this is we kind of described it earlier. We're going to try and jump through these kind of quicker. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And we've got this one always gets kind of full. If we don't think we can spend a lot of time talking about it, this is where it goes.
First up is Batman Arkham Origins. It's been announced
I found this one too.
It's been announced that another Batman Arkham game is going to be made. However, it is not being created by Rocksteady, the group that have been mainly in charge of doing this. It'll be going to Warner Brothers Games Montreal. They do some games, like their biggest titles though are the Lego games. Like I actually did a lot of digging on this, but they've been involved with all the other Arkham games.
See, and you know how I'm like a total fanboy for origin stories?
Yeah.
I would love to play as Batman in the first year or so. I mean, that would be awesome. Because, I mean, think about it. You know, halfway through a fight, you stumble because you don't get sure footing or something. Blah, 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 blah. I've never beat either of the games. I spent like 6 hours playing the second one time. And I finally beat this one part. I'm like, man, I've got to be like 3/4 of the way through. And I was like 17%. And I went, done! I can't do it! Oh my God, it was taking forever. And it was only getting increasingly harder. So I would love to see the origin. But then again, I'm a total fanboy for the origin.
As much as I'm a fanboy, I kind of said it this week on Twitter, I'm kind of considering retiring from console game for a while, and I just don't think I'll play it.
I will probably rent it on Netflix for a few days. Because it's like...
Does Netflix have game?
Mm-hmm. It's like $3 a day or something.
Yeah.
And I'll give it a day or two, see how it plays. If I like it, I'll take it back and then go buy it. That way I'm only out $6 or $7.
You mean Redbox?
That's what I said.
You said Netflix.
I totally said Redbox.
Confused the crap out of me.
I will, I do Redbox. But that way I'm only out, $6-12.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, then I don't have to worry about it. So that's what I like the Game Informer cover though.
Yeah.
I love the new Batman logos they got going on.
I always like the new Batman. Like you get the new chess piece.
Yeah. Alright, next up we have Jonathan Winters Dies. He apparently is a groundbreaking improv comic.
Why we gotta have people die?
I don't know. He was
very old.
Yeah.
He did a lot of, sadly enough, what I know of him, he was in several episodes of Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, he was himself?
Yes, well, in voice.
Gotcha.
Like he voiced. He's,
This is a giant article.
He is one of the old guard in comedy. It says at the top he's almost directly responsible for inspiring people like Robin Williams and Jim Carrey to be comedians.
Ah, gotcha.
Very good. He did a lot of impressions and stuff like that, and a whole lot of improvising. Just in general, a really good person.
We'll let you guys go read this. This is on News Channel 5. Wow, that is a local channel. We're going to move on. Hellboy 3 seems to be a no-go.
No-go?
You didn't read this?
No-go.
I thought I said BOGO before. So I was going to be like, how do you buy one, get one free on a Hellboy?
Because they're going to they'll make 3 and then give us 4 for free.
Hell can be a lonely place, and it looks as though Hellboy 3 hopefuls will be residing there for a while. It says, given a recent interview with Mike Mignola from Comic Book Resources, we're devastated to learn that the third Hellboy doesn't appear to be on the cards. We're talking about Hellboy in Hell Comics, the writer that commented that. The biggest problem I see so far as PR for the next billion years is explaining endlessly not only that there's no Hellboy 3 movie, but it's going to be explaining Hellboy in Hell is a series, but it's not a monthly series. Uh-oh. So apparently they're screwing up a comic book series and no Hellboy 3.
A lot of people have left Vertigo, so I mean that's where Hellboy is right now, like the comic book.
Gotcha.
I don't need a third Hellboy, to be completely honest. The second one was okay. I think there was too much going on. I loved the first one.
Yeah, I think the first one fit really well. I agree. The second one, there was just so much crap going on. But they better do it soon because the guy who plays Hellboy is getting old.
Yeah.
He's getting kind of old. Now we got a list from Newsarama.
We'll buzz through this a little bit.
Says 10 Superman villains unfit for a Man of Steel sequel.
So these are going to be goofy villains.
Now how do I get to the...
Start here.
Where? Oh. Number 10, Sodom and Gomorrah. Really? Two Bible-themed supervillains who appeared during Chuck Austin's Action Comics runs. They were a husband and wife team who could turn objects to salt when they touch. Really?
Yeah, no, moving on.
Wow, okay.
How is that not the worst one? That's because of that. The Laughing Gas Bandits. Holy crap, I can't read. Oh, Hostess Fruit Pies. You always brought out the lamest criminals imaginable, and the Laughing Gas Bandits fit squarely into the demographic.
That's amazing. Love that. Number 8 is King Cosmos, a time traveler from the 21st century. Aren't we in that century?
He was created in 1983.
Okay, who managed to come back in time to play the Man of Steel a couple of times, each time with disastrous consequences for himself.
No, I agree. The Microwave Man. Louis Paget's supervillainous alter ego has some history going for him as a character who was active on Earth-1 in pre-crisis in the 1930s. He can lay claim to the title of that world's earliest supervillain.
Wow.
So,
on the other hand, as a character powered by microwave radiation, he sounds about as oppressive as, well, the microwave in your kitchen. Oh, number 6 is Baron Sunday, and he looks totally horrible. On the face of it, Baron Sunday should make a great Superman villain. His powers are supernatural, which means that Superman's vulnerability to magic comes in play. And yet, this voodoo-themed crime lord lacks the visual flair that would make him work on the silver screen. He looks ridiculous.
He does look ridiculous. The Prankster. A classic thorn in Superman's side, the Prankster could easily show up in a future movie as a plum role for the comedian of choice at the time. So, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, pretty much. Number 4 is Composite Superman. What is this noise? The Composite Superman has it all. He's visually memorable, he's powerful, and provides a link between Superman and another flagship character of the DC Universe. So what's stopping him from being added to the list of potential movie villains for Kal-El? Let's go with the simple fact that he might just be a little too ridiculous for the movie-going public to be able to wrap their collective heads around. He's a man who wears half of Batman's costume, half of Superman's costume, and glows bright green. Maybe that might look a little too silly on screen. Okay. Number 3.
The Atomic Skull. You know, done right, I disagree with this one.
I've never read The Atomic Skull.
It was the guy that got killed in the Superman one with the Elite. Superman versus the Elite. The British punk rock.
Yeah, I got that. I remember that.
He was the Skull guy. That was the Atomic Skull.
Okay, fair enough. Number 2, Mr. Oh God, I can't even say this.
Mr. Mixelplick.
It's the one he's got to say his name a weird way. He kisses.
If it was a funny thing, what? Why do I gotta say this one? He looks gay.
Go for it.
And I don't mean it. He looks like a circus performer is what he looks like.
Vartox is number 1 on this list, at least. The 1974 creation. Long day. The 1974 creation of Cary Bates and Kurt Swan. Vartox was Superman's Superman, less a nemesis and more a rival of sorts for the Man of Steel.
So he's a circus strongman.
Wow. Nope. That was a good one. I like that, though. The next thing on the short box is Jurassic 4 starts filming this July. Not much in it. I think they should have let this series die, and if it comes out in 3D, God help me. God help me. God help me. Next thing up is,
curiously, Marvel is canceling the Winter Soldier book, and it's strictly numbers.
Really?
They're wrapping up his story. I bet he ends up in a whole bunch of Captain America stories.
Okay.
Like coming back in with Cap. But it's always money. You see anything in there?
No, not really. I'm not seeing any numbers. Apparently, it's obviously disappointing news because of the upcoming movie, but
I think they're going to bring... Okay, so currently Captain America...
The cover looks badass, though.
Currently, Captain America is in a storyline where he's in like a different dimension. Zola. The Zola dimension. Arnim Zola,
that weird dude.
the little guy.
Yeah.
He's in his dimension. So I think when he comes back, he does stories with Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
that's what I bet.
Gotcha. Then we've got 300 Rise of Empire. I cannot wait for this.
Really?
Is it the same guys in it?
I don't know.
Or did they all actually die?
It's based on his latest graphic novel, Xerxes. And told in the breathtaking visual style of the blockbuster 300, this new chapter of the saga takes the action to a fresh battlefield on the sea as Greek general... Give me a second. Themistocles attempts to unite all of Greece by leading the charge that will change the course of the war. 300 Rise of the Empire pits Themistocles against the massive invading Persian forces led by mortal-turned-god Xerxes. Rodrigo Sanford. And Artemisa Evergreen,
vengeful commander of the Persian army. Unless there's only 300 people going to war versus the army, again, they shouldn't have called this 300. But I can see why they did.
Sadly enough, I'm really not interested.
I don't know. Eva Green is kind of hot.
Yeah.
Just saying. Putting that out there. Eva Green is kind of hot. This is a little short, sweet for the gamers. I wouldn't call it sweet, actually. The Minecraft Xbox 360 retail version has been delayed in the United States to June 4th. Apparently over Twitter saying that delay was needed so the very latest content could be included. The content was not specified.
I don't really understand how this is going to be different than the download.
It's not. But what it is, if you don't have like internet connection
Xbox
or you don't want to pay for Xbox Live or something,
which means you'll get a version and then nothing else. You
exactly.
won't get updates.
You won't get updates and all that, so you'll play. I think that's why they're trying to push that back. So it's good for the game, bad for the people that are trying to get it. So I think I'm going to buy a couple of copies of it and give it away.
Nice.
Because
we know this isn't Minecraft.
I know. Let's see. Man of Steel could have... Wait, we already did that. Moving on. Next thing is... apparently it has been unconfirmed that Morris Chestnut is playing Black Panther. In other words, he's not playing Black Panther. Apparently earlier this week, he let loose a tweet that got the fanboys of the world worked up with the possibility that the oft-rumored Black Panther might finally be coming to the big screen for Marvel in Avengers 2.
Or at the very least, Chestnut and his team really jumped the gun in tweeting about it. The American Horror Story actor tweeted and posted the following on Facebook a couple days ago. It's time to get familiar with the Black Panther character. Okay, sounds promising, right? But his tune has changed since, and the following tweet was unleashed today. Thanks to the fans for bringing Black Panther to my attention, and not in talks about this project with Marvel. Yeah, because you were totally just going to buy a bunch of comics and read them.
Yeah, so we're thinking he's doing a little bit of what they call backpedaling. What is that?
What's Jane?
Why she wears like that?
Probably took her back, introducing the dad.
Not going to click it. Then we've got an awesome list that I am not going through.
It's the top 100 comics and graphic novels from last month. That would be March. We're just going to give you the top few. Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
I want to read that one.
Age of Ultron $1. Batman #18. Wolverine #1.
Is that a $100 comic?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, there we go.
$3.99. Wolverine #1 and...
Age of Ultron #2. What was Batman #18? What was important about that?
That was that was where it featured that dude died.
Robin dying?
Yeah. I say you he dead.
I say you he. It says Requiem. Ah, got it. Got it. Okay. So go check out the list if you want to know what comics to read from last month.
This will tell you what was popular.
Pick the top 10 and go for it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Actually, we probably will go back and do that. We've got just a quick update. It says here that
Captain America Winter Soldier has begun filming. There's a picture of Christopher Evans staring at a wall.
A shield wall.
With his shield on his back.
Let's look at the picture here. Can I enlarge it? Enlarge image. Thank you. Oh, this is actually
Doesn't it look like he's got his old costume on?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like vaguely?
A little bit, but that's new, so I don't know what that's doing. So we've just got an image. It's just saying, hey, we're working. And then the last thing in the short box, I'm going to let you take it.
A friend of mine, someone who comes to the show, brought this to my attention. Dorky Girl Plays. She's a Twitch person and YouTube person. There's a website called lootcrate.com. LOOTCRATE.com. It is a place where for about $20 a month, they will send you a box full of nerdy gamer stuff. It includes those little bobblehead things, stickers, candies, buttons, shirts, plush dolls, wristbands, anything and everything. It's all kind of just a lot of cool stuff,
Fancy stuff.
and it's really cheap. And like the little things. What's the things? With the things?
Mm-hmm. The things.
The little bobblehead dolls are like what, $12-$15 on their own?
I don't know. Go check the price on that one.
Is there price on it?
Yeah, there's prices on it.
Standing
or you
up.
can check Bane.
And Bane.
No, I have a couple of them.
Let's see here. What we got? $12.50.
Yeah, so I paid $12.50.
So the box itself, not counting shipping, if you get one of those in it, it's covered right there.
Right.
And then you got all the cool little stuff.
So he wanted to throw that out there. So
She gave me a bracelet. It's the black one. It says up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start.
And now we're coming up to close to the end of the thing here. The next thing up is what we call the AV Club. This used to be combined with the short box, and we just found ourselves finding so much stuff.
I want to go through a couple of these.
Okay.
Go through the pencil art one.
Pencil art.
No pencil art.
Yeah, I saw that one already.
And yes, to the person in the chat that's very confused, we know Justin TV, but we like being here. Thank you. If you don't like it, go away.
So we've got it's just a bunch of art. The Les is gonna throw everything in the chat for you guys, and it's really cool stuff. Like there's a couple of these I'm planning on putting on my background because
these are no pencil art. They're all just
so cool looking. So you guys need to go check all this stuff out. We've got about 10, 15 different leaks you can go look at. Mm-hmm. We've got an Injustice trailer, Man of Steel pics. We've got gaming guides. We've got... Oh, I love this picture. This was one Les's wife found online.
I've seen
it. It says, how to piss off 4 groups of nerds at once. And it said, there's a quote. It says, use the force, Harry. The quote was by Gandalf, and the picture is Patrick Stewart. I'm like, yes! I love it. This is amazing. So, go check that out. And I think... that brings us to the end. I'll let you take this first part.
It brings us to the question of the week. Where was last? Last week's question was...
This week's?
If you can pick one comic book character to die and stay dead, who would it be and why? We had a lot of responses to this. I selected Captain America.
I said Batman.
And our producer said anybody that I enjoy.
Because you said Captain America.
This week's question is, if any 2 superheroes or villains, or the combination of the 2, could get together and have a child,
right?
Who would you pick, and what would they be like? Abilities, good guy, bad guy.
I mean, are we just talking like the combination of... Oh, there's a lot of stuff there. I was posting all the links.
It can be anybody. One of my favorites is actually not in continuity, but it was done in a young New Avengers, Next Avengers.
Okay.
The animated feature. It was the son of Storm and Black Panther.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He was Panther-like, but had Storm's electrical powers. Really cool.
Let's see. If I had to think, you know, I think it would be funny to kind of see. Well, that wouldn't work because they're both dudes.
Yeah, no.
See, I was gonna say like a Hulk. If you wanted to genetically cross Hulk and Spider-Man.
Spider Hulk.
Spider Hulk.
Bam! Drops to the ground because he's too heavy. A female Green Lantern and a male Yellow Lantern have a baby. They make an orange baby? No, wait.
There was already orange, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm still learning.
The female Green Lantern would be Jade. Why not? And Sinestro. There you go.
I'm trying to think. I can't really think of a good
cross. I have not had time to think of this cross, so I haven't done it yet.
So, well, then that's good. That means we want to hear your opinions on it. We want to know what you guys think, if you've got an idea for a good cross. So don't forget, leave that in the comments below, and go to facebook.com/nerdandnoob and put all your answers on there. I like it.
Yeah.
Good show?
Good show.
High five! Oh, you're such a loser. You fell for that.
Danger zone.
Danger zone. I got my my Archer Danger Zone shirt on.
If you want to get in touch with us, as it's previously said, we are on Facebook and Twitter. It's Nerd and the Noob / after each website. If you want to email us, it's nerdandthenoob@gmail.com. We've both got Twitters. My name is Greg. My Twitter is gman0184. Michael, our noob, is opaque_mango. And as always, we love you guys, and we appreciate you coming out every single week and listening, watching, learning,
whilst we ramble,
and loving.
So, on that note, guys, join us next week for episode 34, and we have no idea what's going to be in it yet.
We never do.
So, we'll talk to you later. Peace!